Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be from the Occult Adventures. It's going to be the class the Mesmerists. So the ones that hypnotize people, the ones that are very untrustworthy, and the ones that can aid your party pretty well. So with this class, the default race was human. Hit dice D8. I would use my extra +2 stat bonus in charisma because charisma is your spellcasting stat. And then I would go strength just to put this character up in some melee combat, even though he's not necessarily built for it. The other alternatives decks are just focus on range, which would probably work better, but you don't always have to play to what's best. You could be any alignment when you're mesmerist. And your base attack bonus is about the same as a cleric. You'll end up with 3 attacks by before 20th level. Your best saves are reflex and will. You're proficient in all simple weapons. You get other proficiencies that are interesting for this class. You get hand crossbow proficiency, sap proficiency, sword cane proficiency, whip, and you're proficient in light armor. So my starting gear would be a sword cane. I'd start with leather armor or stud leather armor, depends upon the funds, and upgrade that to a chain shirt. I would start with a sling or a light crossbow, depending upon my funds, and I would get a hand crossbow as soon as possible. Now the feats I would pick for this class would be ready for battle, which gives your group a +2 initiative. Ready for pain, which gives ready for battle and ready for pain, those feats, you have to have a mesmerist trick on one of your allies for these to take effect. Ready for pain, you get DR to no type to reduce the subdual damage that you could take in battle to nothing. Extended stare would be the next feat. Your hypnotic stare's range increments 30 feet, and with this it increases it by 10 feet. So each time you take this feat, you can select a target further and further away. I would also take extra mesmerist trick, which gives you 2 more mesmerist tricks, and that one would be at 5th level. So at level 1, you would start with Consummate Liar. You get to add half of your level to all your bluff skills. So if you wanted to play that very untrustworthy character, this would be it. You get Hypnotic Stare. You get 1 target within 30 feet, and that target suffers a -2 will save. You get Knacks, which are just what they call their 0 level spells. You get Mesmerist Trick, which you can do half your level plus your charisma modifier per day, and you can put these on your allies or on yourself. Each one has its own qualifications. The one that I took for the first trick that he would learn was Psychosomatic Surge. You gain temporary hit points equal to a D8 plus half the mesmerist level, and you could put this on your allies, you could put this on you. These temporary hit points can last up to an hour and only activate when the mesmerist activates them. So somebody goes down to 0, he can activate them, they now have temporary hit points. The thing is, though, if these hit points go away and you are below 0, if you take any damage to temporary hit points, well, the temporary hit points aren't necessarily fully used up first, so you need to get some healing done before they're gone. And then the last thing you get at 1st level is Painful Stare. If you use Hypnotic Stare in combat, as a free action, you can turn it into a Painful Stare, and that allows your allies attacking the creature you're staring at to add half your level to their damage, and it's precision damage, so they don't get to multiply that if they critical. And then you could also use this for yourself if you're in combat, and for your own bonus it would be a D6 to your damage extra, which is still not multiplied if you crit. At level 2, you get another mesmerist trick. I picked Gift of Will. Allows you to share your will saves with your allies. So I'd put that on the people that you would expect to not be good at will saves, and activate it as needed. And to make things more interesting, you get Towering Ego at 2nd level. With Towering Ego, you get to add your Charisma bonus to all will saves. So if you have a high Wisdom bonus and a high Charisma bonus with this character class, your will saves will be the best in the game. At 3rd level, you get Bold Stare. And I picked Seeped in Magic for the Bold Stare. You get Bold Stare either every 4, I think it's every 4 levels after 3rd level, so you're not going to see another one in this character build. But there's a list of them to pick from. And I picked the one that seemed like it'd be the most useful if you're starting to encounter a lot of magical things. Because what it allows you to do, the Seeped in Magic Bold Stare, allows you to apply your Hypnotic Stare penalty, your -2 penalty from Hypnotic Stare, to spell DCs and spell resistance of the creature that you're staring at. And then you gain a touch treatment minor, which is sort of like a lay on hands ability when it comes to removing conditions that are affecting people. Like the very first stage of being afraid of something, I don't remember what it's called, but like the lowest level of those things. And it tells you exactly what it is in the book on that stuff. So after that, you'd level 4, you get another mesmerist trick. I took False Flanker. I put this trick on an ally, and then in combat, when he is just entering combat with a creature, I can activate it, and a ghost of myself appears, mentally threatening this thing because he really thinks that he's being attacked by it, even though it can't attack or anything. It only lasts 1 turn, but that would allow my ally to have flanking bonus the entire first round that he's fighting this whatever creature, and then it'll just disappear. Can be very useful. Put that on a rogue, he gets sneak attack on his very first attack. At level 5, you get Manifold tricks. All previous levels, the tricks that you can only put 1 on a character at any one time. Manifold trick allows you to put 2. So if I wanted to put the will save bonus and the spectral flanker on a rogue, I could do that and then activate the one that's most appropriate. So the Manifold tricks increases as you gain level, but right now, the first time you get it, it allows you to put 2 on any one subject. Next, you get Mental Potency. You can affect more powerful creatures or greater number of creatures with your mental effects, or your, also known as your spells. And it breaks that down in a lot more detail in the book. Okay, the spells you get, as far as known per day, is similar to the Bard's Table, as well as the maximum spells you get is very similar to Bard Table because you max out at spells at 6th level. The 6th level spells. So, spells known, at 1st level you'll know 4 0-level spells and 2 1st level spells. At 2nd level, you will gain an additional 0-level spell and an additional 1st level spell. At 3rd level, you will gain an additional 0-level spell, which will max it out, an additional 1st level spell. At 4th level, you'll gain 2 2nd level spells. And at 5th level, you will gain 1 2nd level spells. Now, your spells per day are a little less than the spells known, but you also get bonus spells from your ability scores, so that's always useful. The spells I would pick for this class, and the list for this class was huge for each level, so if I was playing this class in an actual game, I would probably pick these spells, and then I would look at getting scrolls of vast numbers of those spells that are in that list, especially if those effects are weird and interesting and entertaining. For my 0-level spells, I take Detect Magic, Ghost Sounds, Dancing Lights, Read Magic, Mage Hand, and Open Close. The Dancing Light and Ghost Sounds would be really good because you could throw those 2 together and scare the hell out of some very dumb goblins and orcs and such. Or very superstitious, humans, elves, dwarves, and such. My level 1 spells that I would pick would be Sleep, so I could take out a large group of low hit dice enemies. Hypnotism, why not a mesmerist? Charm Person, you know you want to help me. And then Grease. It is always good to grease the doorway before the enemies charge you. My second level spell choice was Hypnotic Pattern. Again, it's a mesmerist. Blur, because why would I want to give the enemies an easy chance to hit me or one of my allies? And then Alter Self. Why would I want to look the same in the towns that are eventually going to want me for lying, stealing, cheating, and such? This is the mesmerist I would create. Has anyone played a game with a mesmerist? Has anyone seen a mesmerist used? Has anyone made a mesmerist? Is there choices you would make that is different than mine? Put them in the comments below. Until we meet again.